Hi there, I'm Krishna, and this is
Dan.
and we're Team DK. And today we're going to show you how to connect a wireless network router. And for our first segment, we're going to show you the components of the wireless router. So the main component is our router itself, and then we have 3 different other cables, and one if you need it. So for today's session, we're just going to use two of the cables here. The first cable is our power supply, and the second cable usually is a color cable, and it's our Ethernet cable. And our Ethernet cable, which it does is connects to our modem. Okay, this is our modem here, and what we're going to usually use is only one of the ports of this modem, and it's usually the LAN port, which connects to our wireless router. Or you can actually use any of these other ports too. And our modem, what it does is our internet provider. Basically, you're going to have an internet provider, usually Verizon or Comcast or any other provider which you prefer. And what we have here is we're going to have our wireless router connect to our modem through our LAN port. And what we have here is we have 4 LAN ports. Usually your modem has technically more than one LAN port for more than one wireless router, but we're connecting one. So what we're going to use is just one of these ports today.
Okay guys, so back to our wireless router. I'm going to try to explain the different ports that you can connect to. So right here is the power port that you connect your power supply to. And right here is your wireless LAN port that is pretty much going to connect from the modem to the wireless router. And over here is pretty much for desktop reasons, if you're going to connect a desktop to the wireless router as well as the wireless itself.
Hi there. Well, now we're going to do is step 3, which is connecting the components. And I'm going to show you how to connect each cable to the particular component on the router and the modem. So what we're going to do first is connect the Ethernet cable. The Ethernet cable goes right into the Ethernet port, and usually they're color-coded, so you don't have a problem with trying to recognize which port you want to connect to. So usually our port right now is yellow, so we're going to connect the yellow Ethernet cable into the landline port of the router. Okay, what we have here is the other end of the Ethernet cable, which is going to connect to one of the ports of the landline port in the modem. And it connects to one of the ports just directly in, and there you go. We have the first connection of our router to our modem. Okay, the power supply port connects directly to the first port on your router. That's the power port. And this gives the power to your router. And now what you want to do is connect the end of the power supply port to an outlet, which you usually have nearby you. And after that, your router's up and ready. And it's initially gonna boot up, which will give you a yellow light, which you'll see later on that it's gonna turn blue when it's ready.
Hello mates. So now that we have connected everything to the modem, we can finally see that the colors have started to change. So now you can notice that the power is green because it is fully powered up. And you can also notice that the wireless signal has turned blue instead of your standard yellow when you first power it up. That means that you now have access to the wireless around the home.
Hello there again. So now what we're going to do is connect our other Ethernet cable to our router. After that's done is we take the other end of it and connect it straight to our desktop or our laptop. Right now I'm using a laptop, so I'm going to connect it to our laptop. We find the Ethernet port on the laptop, wherever it's located, and we insert the other end of the cable into the Ethernet port. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to configure your wireless router. So first step you want to do is you're going to be given a CD along with your router when it's packaged, and that CD is basically your configuration CD for your router. And what you want to do is first insert the CD into your laptop or desktop, whatever PC or laptop you're using, and after that you want to make sure that your other cable that you're given of your Ethernet cable is connected directly to your desktop or laptop. This is for making sure it recognizes the router setup. After you insert your CD, a prompt will pop up and be asking for your specification key, which should be given also along with your router. After you type in your key and everything is okay to go, you'll then be asked to set up a router name and to set up a password for your router. After you name your router, you probably want to name your router specifically toward a different name than Netgear or your router's itself name, because that is usually not safe to do, because it'll mess up every time your computer or PC or desktop wants to connect to a wireless connection. It will probably prompt another user's same wireless name as yours, and you don't want to mix up them. After you've done that, you want to go to your computer, and then you want to go to your wireless icon that shows up on your computer, and you would want to open that. And when you open your wireless icon, you will see your router's name that you've named specifically to your preference pop up on the window of network connections. And basically you would want to go to that network and connect to your network. After you're connected to your network, another prompt will pop up and will ask you for your specific username, which should be already filled in, but your password that you've set up for your router. And once you've entered your password securely, you should be ready to connect to your wireless router. And now you'll be connected to your wireless router. Now that you're connected to the wireless router, your laptop or desktop should have your Ethernet cable still connected, which you want to unplug now. And unplug it from your router too. And after that you're done with unplugging that cable, you should be still connected to your router wirelessly, and that's what you want.